Welcome to Inspired Artist Podcast with me, Porter Singer. We are talking about Songs of Eden and Mind's new release, I Am the Love, J Ma, which is out today. I will be playing the full track at the end of the podcast. You can also, go and listen to it on your own time, but it will be at the end of the podcast in case you're curious to hear it. I'm speaking with the creators of the card deck that inspired this song and the ones that we're going to be releasing next. We have a total of 10 tracks so far. There are 44 cards, so there will be more to come, but for now we did the first 10. And this card that we based I Am the Love J Ma on is the Mother card. So in this episode, we're going to be talking with Nina and Edie about the artwork behind the card, what it meant to them, what, the importance of mother is in the inner child, work and healing work in general in Family Constellations, which is something that Nina does. And yeah, it's a short little episode. So, we're keeping these short and sweet, and we'd love to hear your feedback. So let me know how you're enjoying the song and if you have the deck. And yeah, here we go. Okay. All right. Well, Edie and Nina, such a pleasure to have y'all. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So do either of you feel inspired to begin talking about this card? Like,
Nina?
You want to do it?
Sure. Well, so far I have not had anyone not react to the mother card or to that idea of like, tell me about your mother, tell me about how you felt about her as a child and how you feel now about what you feel about her and what's unresolved. So I feel the mother card is like kind of this pillar, mother and father, of course, right? But they're big pillars in inner child work and in healing in general. And yeah, I could go on for days, right? But to sum it up.
Yeah. Well, and I've done your online meditation, which I didn't realize at the time because you didn't have the deck, or maybe I wasn't aware of the deck, but it has Edie's beautiful artwork for the card, and then you take everyone through this visualization, which is really powerful. I'll link it in the show notes. But how did you come up with that?
It's beautiful.
So in family constellation work, there is this really important idea of the right distance and the right order. So our parents, when we think of time and space and a family tree, our parents come before us. Our mother and father give us life, and therefore they belong behind us. So our mother behind our left shoulder, our father behind our right shoulder. But of course, we have to honor our own sense of comfort. Some parents might be abusive, or you might not want the parent right there. Mm. And so the distance is up to you. And that meditation invites you to find the right distance so that your body can feel relaxed and you can still receive some support from them. But for some clients, initially, the mother is literally a football field away. And that's okay. Like there's no right or wrong. But over time, as we clarify our own inner space and that our mother's feelings are not our feelings, her pain does not belong to us, we stop turning towards our parents. I think what happens when we're entangled or there's not this right sense of place and belonging in a family, the child becomes a helper and energetically turns towards mom or dad and tries to take their pain. And this is very unconscious, right? And if this happens a lot when a parent is addicted or alcoholic or depressed, I mean, for many reasons, mom, I will take your pain. I will not be too much trouble for you. I'll take care of you. And when we're turning towards a parent, we're turning to the past, right? Energetically, we're facing away from our life. And so much of the work of healing is to notice, like, am I facing my life as an adult, or am I still with that little child, with my inner child, trying to tend to what I can't? I can never fix that. I can never take that on.
It's so beautiful. The work the booklet is so powerful too when you read the information in the booklet and the card deck. So Edie, what was your process with creating the artwork for this card in particular? I guess we'll just talk about this card, but
Well, so yeah, it's funny because a lot of the cards, kind of all of them except for one, maybe two, I forget, Nina. The father card.
Father, yeah.
Well,
Interesting
the
name.
father card took the longest for both of us. And so what I was gonna say, all the art for the whole deck was already made. So when Nina and I came together and incubated the idea and started the whole journey, all the art, like it was going into a catalog of art of my life, and just going through and finding first just what resonated, like I guess visually, energetically, right? Like just picking out like, oh, this could be something, this could be, and then paring it down and then deciding how many cards there will even be, and then starting to match or come up with the subjects, the themes, and finding the right image for it, which is what a lot of what Nina did in the beginning process of that. And then the mother card was, I hadn't painted it as a mother, like I hadn't painted it as a I remember painting it in the fall, and I remember because there's the leaves that fall around a tree, but then the colors are so soft and pink, and oh, there she is. Yeah.
Here, well, I don't think that we can actually see that. Nina, you have to talk for us to see that.
Oh, okay. So
There you
here's
go.
we have the tree. So she's inside of the tree, and we have hearts that are like leaves, and that's what Edie was referring to.
Yeah. Yeah. So it feels very right for me. Like it's made every sense in the world when Nina was like, this is the mother. And I'm like, yeah, but I had not even, like it just had been an image for me that came through and that I translated, is kind of how I like to call it. And then it's leading its own life now, which is so cool. And it made such sense. And even for when I present the deck, I sell them and show them in markets where I sell my work. And I always put the mother card out. Like I put maybe between 12 and 16 cards out. And because I know that whenever it's out, someone or a few someones every day will just kind of pull to it and go, ooh, and pick it up. And so there's something about the card I feel that's definitely very magnetic, which seems also, again, for the mother theme to me, very fitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like too how it is part of the tree because it feels also very neutral and universal. Like it could be Mother Earth, it could be the feeling of being embraced. And that was kind of why I wrote the song that I did for that card, because I realized so much of my own journey around healing my relationship with my mother has to do with no longer looking to her to be something specific for me, that like I have, the tree exists for all of us. Like we don't need a specific tree to feel at home on earth. We can feel grateful that we have oxygen in general. Yeah,
it's really beautiful that you say that, Porter, because that's exactly, I feel, the destination, one of the destinations of this journey that we're taking the user of the deck on is to realize if your mother could have done something else, I mean, she would have done it. And if you're still waiting as an adult for her to give you love in a way that you wanted, or for her to see you, approve of you, it might never come. And so we do have to give it to ourselves, right? And that, I love that. Yes, like the mother is like, we have to find our own inner loving, compassionate mother and father.
Yeah. You used the word reparenting sometimes in the deck too, which I was first introduced to by a hypnotherapist. And I know you're so well researched. Where did that word come from? Do you know?
It's a good question. Carl Jung, is the one of the first ones I think that I can identify who started talking about the inner child and the archetypes of the inner child. There's the innocent child, there's the eternal child, like he has many inner archetypes. So it might be him. I'll check that and we can confirm that, but it's a good question. But definitely this idea is all over the place now, reparenting and offering it to ourselves. But I feel it's important also to do that, but then also to also admit that we do need nurturing from many sources, right? So I believe we can receive the love, like motherly love, from nature, from being with friends, from listening to beautiful music, from painting, from art, right? It's not just like I'm an island and I don't need any other human beings. I think sometimes in the new age, or whatever we want to call it, community, there can be a little bit of a tendency, right? I'm just going to do it all myself. So we do need others.
Yeah, which is another form of maladaptation. Yeah. But I think from what I've gathered, it's like the idea that you grow so much love within yourself that that's what you come to expect from others. It's not that I don't need, it's not, well, it is not a neediness, but it is it's hard. It is sort of I don't want to use the need word, because it's not like I'm not going to survive if I don't get this from you kind of need, but like, oh yes, I need that, like I need water. Like
yeah, it's more like the way that we might need nourishment, or we might need to oxygen, like it's not a neediness that we have, but it's a base need, almost like sort of it's there and it's not going to go away, but it doesn't have to be anxious or desperate.
And exactly. And it can be met in many forms. I think that's where the desperation comes from, is when as adults, we are putting this pressure on our parents, whether they're alive or not, we still do the same thing. It's like, you must provide me all this love, that I didn't get. And then we often transfer that onto our partners. But like what Edie was saying, if you can diffuse that and be like, you know what, like, yes, it is a need. I have a need for love. I have a need to be seen. And I always will. Like, I think it's not realistic to expect that will go away. But can I be open? Like, can I have a different perspective and know that this need can be met in multiple ways, and I can meet it, part of it, for myself as well.
That's such a good point. Yeah. So Edie, when you were creating these paintings in general, what was did you have a specific intention with them? Or they?
Oh yeah, each one is a little birth and a little pregnancy and a little, like some little and some big. Like it's each painting of the deck is its own or origin story, and its own birthing story, and its own. So some of them were very specific. I can think of right now the card for power, for example, which I can show in a second, but like it was a painting that was part of a series, and it was very much about about digging into ancestry and roots and rooting and transformation and transforming, and it became, which is very cool to me, that became the power card. So it was painted with a kind of a purpose, or these like elements that I included into it. Definitely. I feel like something like this card needs, also like each of them have, this card would have been a more playful kind of transmission, but like that I wasn't linking to at that moment to needs. Again, this was such a cool, for me, sort of like reframing of what this means. But I always had in my field and in my consciousness for this, that it was community, which is very similar, like so. But these came about in ways that they did, which is very different for each one.
Do you have kind of a vision for what something's going to look like when you do it, or is it more like you're expressing a sense, and then it's kind of it reveals itself to you as you do it? Like how?
I often have a vision, And then not sometimes, no. I actually think the mother card was a flow without knowing where I was going to go. I mean, you never really know where you're going to go, but I do often have it's sort of in meditation, or like I get a vision, like I get a clear idea of like I see the picture, and it never actually looks the way that the painting looks, which is interesting too. It never comes out looking that way. I'm always kind of, I want to say that sounds negative, but it's not. I want to say stuck, but it's maybe more like limited within my own sort of expression. Like, because the way I see it in my head, it's this thing, and then I start painting. I'm like, oh yeah, now I'm making it manifest. I'm making it material, and it's just always going to be different. Like, and but then the art for me, or the play, is then to find the space where I'm like, yeah, where there's some sense of now it speaks, or now it's alive, and it's a very subtle thing at some point that comes in, and then you can keep going for a while, but then you have to at some point decide this is it. So yeah, there's a journey for each, but often it's a vision, some kind of visual that I start with.
Do y'all want to say anything else about this card before we conclude? Thank you so much for doing this with me.
Oh yeah, thank you for having us.
No, it feels good.
We good? Okay, cool. Yeah. So this song, I Am the Love, J Ma, is out today. So I'm going to play it actually now. And we'll see you in the next episode. All right, bye. all around me. tuning into the podcast, y'all. Please like, subscribe, rate, comment, whatever the platform you listen to podcasts on offers you as a way to let its algorithm know that you're enjoying these episodes. That really helps. Also, there's some links in the podcast description notes that allow you to support the podcast in a way that benefits you and us. So please check those out. And if you'd like to stay in touch with me, you can sign up for my mailing list at portersinger.com. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.